So I lost my job in 2018. I was a youth worker under a 3-year contract, and when those 3 years were up, my employer decided not to renew it. So I found myself in kind of a weird place. I was 30 years old, I had rent and bills to pay. My wife was in a much lower paying job than she is now. She's an extremely talented photographer, by the way, and she now runs her own very successful wedding photography business. And check that out in the link below. But back then, I didn't really know what to do. I knew God would provide because he always does. And I started working as a freelance writer. I wrote content for websites, blogs, emails, anything I could get my hands on at the time. It wasn't much, but it kept me going. And around that time, I started a little side project called Trek NI, just for fun. Fast forward to today, and that little side project is now my main business. It reaches hundreds of thousands of people every single month, and it's continuing to grow all the time. I'm now fully self-employed, which gives me the time to do things like write books, create more businesses, and make YouTube videos. But listen, it's a journey that's rarely been easy. There's a lot of worry and self-doubt involved in the process because ultimately the buck stops with me and me alone. If I don't work hard and stay motivated, there is no one to blame but me if my businesses don't succeed. But here's why I'm making this video today. If you ever thought about starting your own business and you're kind of worried you might have missed the boat, don't be. Because I'm here today to tell you that you haven't. I'm going to tell you why you should do it, and I'm going to give you a couple of tips that I wish someone had given me back whenever I was starting my business. So let's talk about that right now. So, starting a business in your 30s. I was 32 years old whenever I first transitioned my business from being a side project to being my main source of income. And if you're in that same sort of age bracket, you can totally do this as well. And listen, I had to make it work because I didn't have a choice at the time. I had bills to pay, so unless I figured it out really quick, I was going to be in trouble. But if you have a job now and you have a source of income and you can pay your bills, you can cover yourself, and you're thinking about starting a business, you should definitely give really, really serious consideration to just pulling that trigger. Real quick, before we go any further, jump down to the show notes, grab my free guide, how to get your first 10,000 followers on social media. It is perfect for you if you're wanting to start a business, if you want to grow your following. It's quick, it's easy, it's free, it's in the show notes. Get it right now before we go any further. So if you have an idea for your business, why should you give some serious thought to making it a reality? That's the question I'll answer right now. Well, 3 reasons mainly. And the first of these reasons is kind of the big one. It's money. If you start your own business, you're going to make money. And the best thing about making money through your own business is that you've got a blue sky above you. There's no ceiling on how much money you can actually make. No one's going to set your wage for you, which can be scary because you don't necessarily know how much money is going to be coming in each month, but there's no upper limit to what you can actually make. There's no boundary on how much you can bring in. There's no boundary on your creativity. And if you get to the stage where you start making more than you need, you can save that money as well. And this isn't an option that you have if you've got a fixed income and in another job. Unless your other job is amazing and you make tons and tons of money, in which case, that's great. But if you want to have no limit on how much you can bring in, then starting your own business, which you have total control over, is something you should definitely think about. And by the way, if you're finding this video useful, please like it. Please ding the subscriber bell. I will make lots more useful content if this is the kind of stuff you like. So I'd love you to stick around and come again and watch more videos in future. So subscribe and like, and I will see you on a regular basis. And the second really good reason why you should start your own business, and the second thing that it can give you, is almost more important than money, if that makes any sense, and it's time. Whenever you work in a regular 9-to-5 job, you maybe have to get up in the morning at 6 or 7 o'clock to get ready to go. You could potentially have to travel for half an hour or an hour, depending on where you work. You've got to stay there all day until you clock out at 5, 6, whatever time you finish, drive all the way back home, and then you've actually got a pretty limited window in your day to do other things, to spend time with your family, to have recreational activities, to just do the things you enjoy. With hindsight, looking back on my previous jobs, I can see how limited the time I actually had in the evening was. You know, by the time you get home and you eat your dinner and you watch the TV show you want to watch and you get a little bit of downtime, you've really only got 3 hours maybe to spend before you have to go to bed. But if you have your own business, you can work when you want, you can work as much as you want, you can start when you want, you can finish when you want, you can take a lunch break when you want, you can take days off when you want, you can go on holiday when you want, you can do all the other things that you don't normally have time to do if you work in a fixed job for somebody else. For instance, I can just decide to go to the gym in the middle of the day. I can decide to go out for coffee with my wife in the middle of the day. We can go out for a hike, spend hours in the mountains if we want to do that. We can even set aside a few days or a week and just go on holiday somewhere else. Last month we were able to go to Athens in Greece for a few days, and you don't have to think about, do I need to take this time out of my statutory work days for the year to do this. We were just able to pack our bags and go and spend some great time in Greece. And for me, the time factor is almost better than the money factor. Obviously, having more money is handy because you can do more things. You can invest back into your business. You can save for things further down the line. But having more time to do the things that you like is just incredible. And if that's something that's important to you, if you want to spend more time for yourself and for your family and just doing the things you like, then having your own small business is a great way to achieve this. And the third thing that having your own business can give you is a real sense of accomplishment. So maybe right now you're actually pretty dissatisfied in the job that you're in. I know we've all been there. Sometimes we just work because we need to make money. Maybe that's usually why people work. It's just to make money, to pay the bills, keep themselves going. But if you are dissatisfied with where you are and you want to be proud of something, you want to be able to proudly attach your name to something, if you want to express your creativity, if you want to try new things, if you want to help people on a regular basis, then starting your own business is an absolutely fantastic way to do this. There are so many things about myself that I would never have been able to fully explore had I not started my own business. I would never have been able to write the books that I've written. I would never have been able to express the talents that I have in terms of writing, video production, editing, just the general creativity that's in me and has been in me for a very long time. That would have all been squashed down and compressed into whatever the business that I worked for allowed me to do. And because I started my own business, I can do whatever I like. I can try new things. I can explore new avenues. I can express my creativity on a regular basis. And you know what? I've created businesses that I'm really, really proud of. And I'm really proud of how much I'm able to help other people. I get enormous satisfaction from helping somebody else, whether that's in terms of marketing their business or finding new ways to make themselves more productive or create sustainable, manageable systems in their life. I'm a big nerd and I get a lot of satisfaction out of that. So having your own business can give you more money, more time, and a greater sense of accomplishment in what you're doing. A couple of bits of advice if you're thinking about starting your own business. And the first is this: don't wait for the absolutely perfect time to start, because that perfect time doesn't exist. It will never come. There will always be a reason to not do it. Oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't believe in myself enough. I don't have the resources to do this. I don't have the support. I don't have the audience to reach out to. Those are all just obstacles that you can easily overcome. 90% of your business in the initial stages will be things that you can do for free. And you only need to set aside a small bit of time each day. You can take those little baby steps gradually and grow it over time. But not having enough time, not having enough money, not having enough know-how initially, those are all just obstacles that can be overcome. So don't wait for the perfect time, because it will never arrive. And the second bit of advice is have a plan. Yes, start as soon as you can, but go into it with at least a bit of a plan already in place. You can create a schedule, you can plan your content in advance, you can work on ways to build your audience. By the way, if you need some help managing the social media side of your strategy, check out my course in the show notes below. So don't wait for the perfect time and create a plan and try and stick to it as consistently as you possibly can. And one more bit of advice, actually, just when I think about it: treat your business like a business right from the start. I wasted a lot of time initially with Trek and I treating it as a side project or as a hobby. And I really, really wish I'd gone into it with a business mindset right from the start. So if you are going to start a business, take it as seriously as if you had people already investing in it. Pretend you have investors who've already given you like seed money to get your business going. People who are invested in what you're doing and want to see it succeed for their own interest as well. Treat it as you would a business. Don't put undue pressure on yourself. Don't expect instant success, because that's obviously not going to happen. But know that success will come if you are consistent and you stick at it and you take it seriously. If you ever want help with this kind of stuff, by the way, I also coach people who are trying to start their own businesses or have started their businesses and want to see how they can scale them and take them further. So if you're interested in one-to-one coaching online, check out the link in the show notes below. So many links today for you to check out, but it's down there as well. I'd be so thrilled and privileged to help coach you if you're starting off your business and you need some help with digital marketing and email marketing and all those kind of things. And also, while you're down there checking out the link to my coaching, also check out my free video guide about how to get your first 10,000 followers on social media. So long story short, starting a business in your 30s isn't easy. It does require a lot of work, but it can 100% be done. So all the reasons you might have for not doing it, not enough time, not enough money, not enough resources, etc., 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 push them all to one side, take a step back and think about it really, really carefully, and just take those initial small steps. If you've got an idea, something you can be passionate about, you can definitely turn it into a business. Start it off on the side of what you're currently doing, treat it as a business right from the start in small incremental ways, and build it up until it can one day become your main source of income and can replace your 9 to 5 job right now. I'd also love to hear from you guys, so don't be afraid to drop a comment down below. Tell me if you're thinking about starting a business, where are you at in your journey? Are you just thinking about it? Have you taken steps towards getting that business going? What is the business you'd like to start? I'd love to hear what it is. I think it's so fascinating to hear what businesses other people think of and what they want to do and what the story is behind where that business idea came from. If you want some more advice on how to market your business once you get to that stage, you should definitely check out this video right here. It's been great to spend some time with you today. I'll talk a bit more candidly like this and hope to see you again real soon.